Every Shia and Sunni Muslim believes they are equal in Islam. There is no black and white, there is no ethnicity, no Persian, no Arabs, no Asians, no Africans. If you are Muslims, then you all are same. See, all these things they believe and preach is their personal opinions and assumptions about their religion. It is not something written in their authentic sources. Actually, it is written quite opposite to that. The only main source of traditional Islam is Hadith books known as narration books. 95% of Islam is written in these narration books, the one you're seeing in a picture, whether it's Shia Islam or Sunni Islam. In this video, I'm going to explain you in detail that people are not equal in Shia Sunni versions of Islam, or you may say Orthodox Islam. It is in fact very prejudiced ideologies. You just don't know about it. If you are Shia or Sunni Muslim watching this video, watch it till end and understand what your textbooks really saying. Wherever traditional Islam spread, it destroyed its local culture, its identity and history, especially South Asia such as India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, etc. See, understanding Islamic prejudice is very difficult thing, but I will try to explain it as simple way I can and show you guys how it really work. So there are two main type of prejudice divisions in Islam. Number one, Muslim division based on ethnicity, and number two, Muslim division according to caste, lineage, or tribe. By ethnic division, Arabs are on top of line. They are first class citizen in religion Islam. Right next to them are Persians. Here's a very interesting thing. If someone is Persian Shia Muslim, then he may consider himself equal to Arabs. That's why on screen you see I mark first and second class status with Persians in Islam. But if someone is Persian and not Shia Muslim, then he should consider himself second one in status as compared to Arabs. This is very important. The whole purpose of creation of Shia Islam was to bring Persians equal to Arabs. That's it, you believe it or not. It's so true. You find many negative things about Persians in Sunni Hadith books, but you do not find any in Shia Hadith books. Don't you see this interesting? Do you know Shia third Imam Hussain wife was Persian? Her name was Shaharbano, uh, the daughter of King Yazgrid III, Persian king. She was mother of Shia fourth Imam Zainul Abidin. All remaining eight Shia Imam belong from this bloodline. It is very important to know all eight Shia Imam belong from this mixed bloodline, where Persian and Arab bloodline got mixed because one was the daughter of king. Okay. Here's a hadith from Al-Kafi Shia book. All Shia Akhbaris believe it is authentic, 100% authentic book. That's why I'm quoting this hadith. I want you to read last part of this hadith. Ali ibn al-Hussein was called the son of two bests. Okay. The chosen from Arab was the tribe of Hashim, and from non-Arab was Persians. It is narrated that Abu al-Aswad al-Dawli said about it, a boy from Kisra and Hashim, the most noble one, on whose sacred symbol are stitched for safety. This is where Persian beginning of Islam started. That's why their rivalry are Sunni Arabs. According to them, early Arabs were enemy of real Islam. As soon Persian got involved, their Islam became real Islam. Okay, all Shia Imam were killed by Arabs. That is interesting. When someone believe in Shia Islam, that means Persian has important too, same and equal to Arabs. Well, there is much more to say about it, but let's move on. Now come to the third type of ethnic division in Islam. Anyone who is not Arab or Persian, he has a second class status or in some cases third class in traditional Islam because his forefathers are not part of foundation of Islam. This is true. For example, if you are Pakistani, Indian or Bengali Muslim and you are Shia, then Iranian has superiority over you because you have to go to Iran for pilgrimages, also to learn Shia Islam too, and you cannot become Ayatollah, meaning a supreme leader of Shia Islam. Similarly, if you are Sunni Muslim, then you have to go to Saudis for blessing. So you are basically stuck between two masters. Any South Asian Shia or Sunni scholar is always and will be under Persian or Arab dominance and in their control, especially in Shia Islam. Iranian has a full control over all Shia scholars. Now let's talk about the second type of Muslim division, and that is according to caste, lineage, tribe. It is far worse than you think of it. Only way you may experience the discrimination if you live in Shia or Sunni countries. It is so common among Muslims, this type of division, which is based on caste, lineage, and tribes. You can see on screen, we can divide whole Muslim population into two main classes based on caste, tribe, lineage. Just keep in mind, not every caste, lineage, or tribe is mentioned here. If you are descendant of Muhammad or belong from certain tribe of Arabs, then ultimately you have a high status among Muslims, otherwise you are a second and in some cases third class citizen within Islam. Because there is nothing about your forefather in Islamic narrations. As for Persian, I already discussed their status. They already fixed that. Okay? I know many Muslims find this offensive because for them Islam sees everyone equally. Well, this is true only if you do not study Islamic narrations and you do not feel any humiliation by giving special respect to certain individuals who claim their lineage to Prophet Muhammad or to his tribe. As you can see on screen, there are two main type of classes and that is according to Islam, not according to me. One is a high status class and the second one which is further divided into many castes and lineages. Over 80% of population, Muslim population, is from second class. You do not find Arabs and Persian there. You should already know why. By the way, the purpose of this video is not to target any group, caste, lineage, tribe, or ethnicity, but to expose traditional Islam from its authentic sources. I strongly believe people should be treated equally with respect regardless of their differences. Okay? It is a man-made religion because there is always some motives behind everything in it. It was gradually created over time by certain individuals for their own benefits. They named it Islam, that is peace in English, so no one can expose it. Well, calling your religion, I always say peace or Islam in Arabic, not going to save you from God's fire. Most important, thing is its teaching and beliefs. That's it. That tell you whether it is a true religion of God or not. In many Muslim Islamic countries, Muslims are divided into lineages, tribes, and caste system. All these divisions are due to prejudiced teaching of Islam. Obviously, when a religion tell people that there are some individuals who have a higher social status due to their lineage, bloodline, or tribe, then it is not in the position to teach them to treat each other equally, right? Things like this encourages others to do the same to anyone of lower status. This is why religion Islam failed to end discrimination among Muslims. Okay? This is the main reason you do not find civil rights in any Muslim country because it's not in their nature. They tell you everyone is equal in Islam, but they really don't know meaning of it. By the way, you may never notice this discrimination because it all depends on where you live, what type of interaction with people, and what is your status. For example, if you are an Indian, Pakistani, or Bengali Muslim living in neighborhood where there are no Arabs, then you will never feel their superiority. But that does not mean it does not exist. You will definitely feel it when there is a certain situation. By the way, I don't mean all Arabs are prejudiced toward non-Arabs, okay? It only happens if someone is Arab and he wants to use Islam in his favor, then definitely he can take a benefit out of it. This is the reason, this is the way Islam is designed. Its origin belonged to him. See, most of Arab believe they are the originator of Islam, which is true, and they are descendant of Prophet Ismail, which is also true. They inherit this special status because of religion Islam. Whereas non-Arab Muslims do not have this privilege, especially South Asian Muslims or Indonesians. Their forefathers were considered idol worshippers, meaning misguided people, according to Islam, according to actually traditional Islam. There are some non-Arab Muslims who understand Islamic textbooks and they knowingly don't talk about them. Those hadiths, those narrations that glorify Arab tribes because of fear inside them. They don't want Islam to be exposed. If there is a person who claims to be descendant of Muhammad living in your community, then as a Muslim you have to give him special respect and honor. Trust me, majority Shia Muslims do that, especially Shia Islam. It is most prejudiced and intolerant religion in the whole world. As you witness recent war between Israel and Iran, it was not due to Iran's love of Palestinians because Palestinians are 90% Sunni. Being Shia, you cannot have a sympathy with Sunnis. It's not in your books. If Iranian really loved them, why did not they offer them free residencies, jobs, etc.? Why give them bomb? Knowingly other parties is so strong and their reaction will be unprecedented, right? Guys, it is all about the bloodline. Okay, everyone knows most of the Jews or children of Israel are son and daughters of great prophets, and Shia cannot digest that. They claim their imams are better than great Jews prophets and messengers of God. Okay, basically they insult the prophets and same time they act like that they believe in prophets. Anyways, today we are going to dig deeper into it. I'm going to expose this from their own authentic sources. That is Hadith books, narrations of Muhammad. Okay. There are many reasons why majority Shia Sunni Muslim believes prejudice do not exist in traditional Islam. Okay. Number one is 80% of Muslims population are not Arabs. So they don't know what they are reciting in their prayers and what their religious textbooks are really saying. Number two, they are born into this religion and it becomes their identity. Obviously, when something becomes your identity, you always try to defend it even if it's wrong. So basically, Muslims are defending their ideology just so they can protect their identity. They don't want it to be exposed. That's why they spread this lie that Islam teaches equality for all human beings and so on. Things Shia and Sunni Muslim do to hide and defend Islamic prejudice. I'm going to tell you those things. Giving special respect and honor to those who belong from a higher caste or upper class, such as Sayyid Sadat and Hashmites, and so on. Let me explain you what I mean here. They play with words such as respect and honor to hide Islamic prejudice. See, ordinary Shia Muslim or Sunni Muslim know this very well that anyone who is descendant of Muhammad or from his tribe is better than him. I mean, literally better than him. That's what is in their religious textbooks. Due to this reason, they give him special respect, honor. But they outplay it with the relationship of Muhammad. They know this is an insult, but they ignore it. See, there's always a reason for someone to be considered superior than you. I'm asking every Shia and Sunni Muslim what's wrong with Hindu caste system then? You know, don't they know Brahman also want the same respect from lower caste Hindus because they are priest class? Why Muslims believe Hindu caste system is wrong? It teaches inequality and whereas it is something similar to what is in their religion, in Muslim religion. You know, Hindu have Brahman on top of line and Muslim have Sayyid Sadat top of line. Why they outplay this with some sort of respect and honor or someone relationship with Muhammad? This is how modern Islamic ideology trick people. It teaches them to pretend and act in a certain way so the bad stuff never get exposed. Especially in Shia Muslims. They are so much brainwashed that they lost their own identity. You will find lineage worshipping extreme in Shia Muslims. They are so much in control by descendant of Muhammad that if someone try to for a civil equality, every Shia will call him hater of tribe of Muhammad. I'm asking them, how can such a person is hater if he's calling equality and respect for all, for everyone? Why just Sayyid or Sada? Why not everyone is equal? Let everyone have a equal respect and honor. Well, anyways, you do not know Shia and Sunni Muslim prayers and some of their other fundamentals are also affected by this, which I'm going to discuss too in a little bit. Now come to the second point that Shia and Sunni Muslims use to hide or defend Islamic prejudice. That is, there are some Muslims who believe these things do exist in Islam. However, the purpose behind them is to know each other, to recognize each other. without any discrimination. I call these type of Muslims hypocrite because to know each other, all you need to know someone first name, father name, or maybe family name. You don't need his 1,000-year-old lineage to recognize him, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how high class Muslims show ordinary Muslim their superiority and insulting them. It is very common in Muslim world. There are Muslims who believe these things do exist in Islam for reason because they are from high class or high caste and they are designed by God to give certain tribe lineage superiority over all rest of Muslims. And who is that group? Obviously the one who belong from the high caste, high lineage or high bloodline. That is such as Syed, Sadat, Hashmite, Quresh, Ishmaelites and so on. According to them, government top positions should be held only by tribe of Muhammad because they have lineage with Muhammad. Now you should get the benefit too, right? This is also main Shia Islamic doctrine. You believe it or not, you often find Sayyid Shia preachers glorifying their lineage and insulting non-Sayyid in their daily speeches. Daily. It is very common in India and Pakistan because they believe these people are from low caste families. They do not give them respect. They say this openly. Now think what must be happening behind the scene. And these Shias still following their religion. South Asian, I mean, Shias. Knowingly that they are getting insult, but they still following their religion. Some Sayyid Sunni preachers also do the same. Sometimes you can sense their bitterness towards non-Sayyid Muslims very easily. I have placed some links with this video. You may watch them if you want to understand how it work. Whether it is Shia Sayyid or Sunni Sayyid, majority of them do not let their daughters marry to non-Sayyid Muslims. This is so true. There are so many countless incidents in Pakistan alone where they even kill their own daughters or grooms for this type of marriages. This is there. I mean, there is a huge list of these crimes in Pakistan. It is country known as Islamic fortress or of modern time, and I strongly believe it. It is so true because people there in Pakistan have a miserable life. They are oppressed. This is what you get when you import a man-made religion for your guidance. Go visit Pakistan, you will know how much this nation is guided. Go. You can see on screen these two main classes are according to religion Islam. These are not just ordinary classes, they are based on superiority, meaning one person is better than other person just because of his bloodline, lineage and tribe, etc. The highest class among Muslims are Sayyid Sadat, who claim direct descendant of Muhammad through his daughter Fatima and son-in-law Ali. Also someone who is Hashmite, Alvi, Abbasi, and after them the tribe of Muhammad, that is Quresh, is considered high class. After them, all of the Ishmaelites have a high status. They are mostly Arabs from northern, western, and central Arabia. Then some Sufis are highest class. And then in Shia, there are some high classes too. There are overwhelming authentic narrations that praises or glorify any Muslim who is from the first class, as you can see on your left of the screen. All rest of Muslims are considered second class when comparing them with first class. It is part of their religion doctrine. Since this is taught to them every day as a normal routine, they don't see anything wrong with it. Okay. Moving on, I'm gonna show you some narrations from Muslim major hadith books that give Ishmaelites high status over all Muslim population, that is from second class. Then I will show you some narration that give Quraysh tribe high status over all Muslims from the second class. At the last, I will show you some narration that give highest class status to Sayyid Sadat over all Muslim population. That include even Ishmaelite and Quraysh tribe. So first I'm going to show you a narration regarding Ishmaelites, then Quraysh tribes, then finally Sayyid Sadat in a sequence. Okay. What how much any Indonesian, Pakistani, Bengali, Turkish, Indian, Afghani, so on Muslims believe himself to being equal to Ishmaelites, he is not. Ishmaelites means someone who is direct descendant of Prophet Ishmael. Remember, it only includes light color or white Arabs, not the black Arabs. Okay? Arabs are the originator of traditional Islam. Their culture, language, festivals adopted by all non-Arab Muslims. Eid festival is one of the great examples. Although it is a cultural thing, all non-Arab Muslims celebrate it as a religious duty. And funny thing is, origin of it belong from idol worshipper of Makkah. This festival, meaning Muslims are celebrating something that was done by idol worshipper of Makkah. So I'm asking all these Indian, Pakistani and Bengali Muslims, what was wrong to celebrate your own forefather festivals then? You are celebrating festival which according to your own religious history used to be celebrated by idol worshipper of Makkah. So what's wrong was with your own forefather then, right? These people sometimes wear clothing that is similar to Arab culture due to religious reasons. South Asian Muslims celebrate Arab conqueror more than their own real heroes. I don't get it. Where is these people dignity, self-respect and honor? These are clear sign of Arab supremacy. Uh, the bloodline of Arabs still have a high status among locals of Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, etc. And it should be because when people believe in an ideology that belongs to certain group of people, then you have to accept their dominance too. Their dominance comes with their religion. Okay. Let me show you guys some hadiths that give Ishmaelites high status over rest of Muslims. By the way, I do not consider any Muslims hadith narrations is word of any prophet of God. They are self-created narrations. So here it is, narrated by Abu Huraira. I have not ceased to like Banu Tamim ever since I heard of three qualities attributed to them by Allah Messenger. They that he said, they out of all my followers will be the strongest opponent of a Dajjal, Aisha. Aisha had a slave girl from them, and the Prophet told her to manumit her, free her, as she was from the descendant of Ishmael. And when their zakat was brought, the Prophet said, this is zakat meaning charity of my people. People in Arabic meaning ummati. Here Muhammad is talking about Ishmaelite Arabs. He is saying they will be strongest opponent of a Dajjal Antichrist. He told his wife Aisha to manumit her slave because she was from Ishmaelites. And when charity from Ishmaelites was brought to him, he said, it is from my people, my own people. In Arabic, it says ummati, meaning my people. You may pause and read the second one. It is similar to the first one, narrated also by Abu Huraira. I have loved the people of tribe of Banu Tamim ever since I heard three things Allah Apostle said about them. I heard him saying these people of the tribe of Banu Tamim would stand firm against Ad-Dajjal. When the Sadaqat gift of charity from that tribe came, Allah Apostle said, these are the charitable gift of our folks. Aisha had a slave girl from that tribe, and the Prophet said to Aisha, manumit her, free her, as she is descendant of Prophet Ishmael. Now read this hadith. It also showing you important of Ishmaelites. It's not saying anything about Persian, Indian, Pakistani, Bengali, Afghani, Muslims, and so on. It only praising Ishmaelites. I'm gonna read part of this hadith. You may pause and read it, all of it. Abu Ayyash. Here Abu Ayyash reported messenger as saying that if anyone says in the morning there is no God but God alone, who has no partner, to him belong the dominion, to him praise is due, and he is omnipotent, he will have a reward equivalent to that for setting free a slave from among the descendant of Ishmael. See how much seriousness is about descendant of Ishmael? That freeing one of them slave is equal reward as praising God. And who are these Ishmaelites? They are most of Arabs. Okay. Now this hadith is very interesting hadith. Here Muhammad is talking about his people, and who are they? According to this hadith, they are only Arab. Okay. Let me read it. It was narrated from Abdullah bin Dinar that Ibn Umar said, the Messenger of Allah said, when my Ummah walks in a proud march, and its servants are the children of kings, children of Persian, see, children of Persians and Romans, the evilest of them will be set over the best of them. Okay. Now, in this hadith, you can see Muhammad is saying children of Persian, Romans, and kings will be servant of his people, meaning Arabs of Arabian Peninsula. Nowadays, every non-Arab, Persian, Pakistani, Indian, Bengali call himself Ummah of Muhammad, meaning nation of Muhammad. Well, according to this hadith, he clearly considering Arabs to be his nation, and he should be, because because according to them he came to Arabs. All around him were Arabs. Okay, no Pakistani, Bengali, or Indians were around him, or Persians were around him. So this hadith tells you what he meant when he said, "My nation, my ummah." It was Arabs. Moving on, after Ishmaelite, anyone who is from Quraysh tribe has high status among Muslims, and it is also a tribe of Muhammad. According to Muslim sources, all of Muhammad's daughters married within their tribe. Here is a list. You may pause and read it. Within his own tribe, not outside of his tribe. It is according to Muslim sources. Now read this hadith, narrated Wathila ibn al-Aska. that the Messenger of Allah said, indeed, Allah chose Kinana from the children of Ishmael, and He chose Quresh from Kinana, and He chose Hashim from Quresh, and He chose me from Banu Hashim. Here is this hadith. You can see clearly the hierarchy that I'm talking about in this video. According to this narration, God chose children of Ishmael, that is Ishmaelites. From them He chose Quresh tribe, and from Quresh tribe He chose Banu Hashim, that is clan of Muhammad, and from them He chooses Muhammad. So from there his progeny get high status, that is called Sayyid or Sadat. According to this narration, only these people should be considered better than rest of world, because that's the way God chooses. Okay. Now look at this hadith narrated Abu Huraira. I heard Allah Messenger saying, amongst all those women who ride camels, that is Arab women, the ladies of Quresh are the best. They are merciful and kind to their offsprings, and the best guardians of their husband properties. Abu Huraira added, Mary, the daughter of Imran, never rode a camel. See, this hadith sound like some camel race is going on between women. It is because they translated it like that. If you translate what it is saying in Arabic, then it is something like that. Among all the women who ride on camel, the ladies of Quraysh are the best. If any other woman who is not from Quraysh tribe, even if she ride on camel, she cannot reach the the quality of Quraysh women, okay, or Quraysh tribe women. They are merciful and kind to their offsprings, and the best guardian of their husbands' properties. Second part of this hadith is somewhat Abu Huraira adding, and he is the word of Abu Huraira. He is disciple of Muhammad, so whatever he is saying, that is not important for us to discuss. So whenever if you anyways, if you just focus on the main part of this narration, it is very clearly tell you only Quraysh women have these beautiful qualities, such as being kind to their kids, taking care of husband properties. So basically they are better than all other Muslim women. This is what I always tell every Muslim. Their hadith narration are like a choke in their throat. You cannot digest it, and you cannot also spit it as well, because you believing in it. You believing in it as a true word of God, which they are not. Okay. Abdullah bin Abi al-Khudail said, there were some people from the tribe of Rabia with Amr bin Alas. So a man from the tribe of Bakr bin al-Wail said, either the Quraysh will stop, or Allah will place this matter among the masses of Arab other than them. So Amr bin Alas said, you have lied. I heard Messenger of Allah saying the Quraysh are the leaders of the people in good and bad until the day of judgment. Here you can see again superiority of Quraysh tribe over all other Muslims, even in bad. They have superiority over Muslim even in bad. Okay. Okay. As for their claim that Muhammad said during his farewell sermon that everyone is equal in Islam, such as Arabs, non-Arabs, white, black, etc., you do not find this in their authentic hadith sources. I mean authentic hadith. At least I couldn't find one. Next time you hear that, ask them to bring authentic sources of it, where Muhammad literally said something like that. Yes, there are some authentic hadiths where he said, a black man appoint over you a ruler and who rule according to book, then you should obey him. Okay, here is it. There are also many versions of this type of narration. If an Ethiopian slave is appointed over you who rule according to the book of Allah, then listen to him and obey him. See, here he is emphasizing book of God, showing its importance, not any sort of equality. That even if Ethiopian person ruling according to it, then you should obey him. By no means this narration or other similar ones saying anything about equality or black is so equal. This narration is actually offensive. It shows his audience must have despised the black people back then. That's why he's saying if a black person rule you according to the book of God, then you should obey him. Even if any person whoever rule over you according to book of God, then you should obey him. That's what he meant. Okay, and it's clearly saying him. Why Muslims bring narrations like that, try to prove a point that everyone is equal in Islam. Read this hadith, what it really means. Read it so you will know. Now moving on, this is most important. Who is direct descendant of Muhammad? Through his daughter Fatima and cousin Ali, he or she has a high status among all Muslims. In other words, he is a Brahman in Muslims. They are usually known as Sayyid Sada Sharif, etc. They are highest class among Muslims. The traditional Islam gives them superiority over all Muslims. This is so true. What makes them superior over rest of Muslims? There are many things, but two are very important. Number one, every Muslim has to send blessing on descendant of Muhammad in each contact prayer. Number two, it is forbidden for any Muslim to give charity to descendant of Muhammad because charity is considered filth of money. That's why. I want to discuss one thing before moving on. The majority of Sayyid do not allow their daughters to marry non-Sayyid Muslim. I already discussed this little bit. Uh, because they believe the lineage is very pure and sacred. Some of them do believe it's okay to consummate this type of marriage, but they are very few in number. Recently, this has become a very serious topic in Muslim communities because some Muslims starting to understand that this has now crossed the line. Finally, maybe because of education, they start feeling humiliation. Okay, they are tired of being not considered the same. This is why you will find two type of opinion regarding the marriage of Sayyid Muslim with non-Sayyid Muslim. Some scholars tell you it is permissible, some say it is not. This is how Islam trick everyone. Anything in Islam, you uh, always have many different opinions. So you can have choice whatever you like. Well, if Islam is really a true equality religion, these things should never discuss. If everyone equal in Islam, then why they are debating it is permissible marriage or not, right? Because this is the issue. This is not an issue which just become an issue. It is in foundation of Islam. Okay. Moving on. During prayers, sending blessing on Muhammad and his family is very important thing. Muslim contact prayer that's supposed to be only for God. In reality, it is not, because every Muslim has to send blessing on Muhammad and his descendant in each daily prayer. By the way, there is no such commandment from God that you have to send blessing on Prophet Muhammad or any other prophet in your prayers, because it does not make any sense. Why would prophets need your prayers? It is Muslim scholars' self-created thing, so their religion look better, some sort of special or better than others. They praise Muhammad and give him a highest rank over rest of God messengers so they can have a higher rank over everyone else. The motive behind is not love of Prophet Muhammad, but to look better than Jews, Christian and everyone else. Because if Muhammad is better than all messengers of God, that makes Muslim better than all Jews and Christians and everyone else. This is the only motive behind it. Anyways, they made it mandatory to send blessing on Muhammad and his family in the prayers. That's supposed to be only for God. And who is the family of Muhammad? There are many people all over the world who claim to be descendant of Prophet Muhammad, commonly known as Sayyid Sadat. To achieve this agenda, they quote this verse from Quran, this one, and wrongfully interpret it. It is Surah Azab, verse number known as 56. Well, all Muslims use this verse as a reason to send blessing on Prophet Muhammad during their prayers. In reality, this verse is not about sending blessing on anyone. I will discuss it some other time. But for right now, for the sake of argument, assume God did tell them to send blessing on Prophet Muhammad. Still, you do not find anywhere his family mentioned in this verse. So that means someone added Muhammad's family in prayer. Who did it? I don't know. In fact, whole Quran, you do not find a single verse where God praised Prophet Muhammad's family or progeny. Nowhere in Quran. So from where Muslims get all this stuff? Again, it is from the narration books, also known as Hadith books. This is what every Muslim recite in sitting position while praying. It is called salutation and blessing to Prophet Muhammad and his family. There are different versions of it. The one you seeing here is most popular one. It is not part of the Quran. It is only mentioned in Muslim Hadith books. It is something like that. The translation is, O Allah, send blessing or prayers upon Muhammad and upon the family of Muhammad, just as you have sent prayers or blessing upon Ibrahim and upon the family of Ibrahim. Verily you are the praiseworthy, the glorious, O Allah. Bless Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, just as you have blessed Ibrahim and the family of Ibrahim. Verily you are the praiseworthy, the glorious. See, this passage in their prayer is very prejudiced, because every Muslim is bound to send blessing on Muhammad and his descendants, excluding himself and his family. There are other versions of it where his wife and disciples are also included, but nowhere ordinary Muslim to be found in the prayer, this type of prayer. Many Muslims who understand the meaning of it, uh, they feel awful about it. They still do their best to keep it from being exposed. They grew up with this religion. It became their identity. They have this idea in their mind that Islam can never be wrong. Things like these are troubling for Islam. So what majority Muslims do, they start assuming things that are not even part of their teaching. Just like in this prayer, they assume they are also included in it. Every Muslim assume, although there is no one else beside him and Muhammad and his family, every Muslim assume that God include him too in this prayer. This highlighted phrase, Aal-e-Muhammad. Okay, see, read this highlighted phrase Aal-e-Muhammad. They assume its meaning is follower of Muhammad. Yes, this word can have this meaning. However, in this context, it only means his descendant. It does not include that of rest of Muslims. There is another narration that explains why it means only Prophet Muhammad and his family. Here is that authentic hadith. Read it. We ask Allah Messenger, O Allah Messenger, how should one ask Allah to send blessing on you, the members of family? Okay, look what he say, the members of you and the members of the family, meaning his family. For Allah has taught us how to salute you in the prayer. He said, he replied, Muhammad replied, O Allah, send your mercy on Muhammad and on the family of Muhammad. Okay, as you sent your mercy on Ibrahim and on the family of Ibrahim. For you are the most praiseworthy, the most glorious. O Allah, send your blessing on Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, as you sent your blessing on Ibrahim and the family of Ibrahim. For you are the most praiseworthy, the most glorious. So here they ask him how to send blessing on him and his family. He replied with the same recitation I showed you earlier. This one. O Allah, send prayers upon Muhammad and upon the family of Muhammad, just as you have sent prayers upon Ibrahim and upon the family of Ibrahim. Verily you are the praiseworthy, the glorious. O Allah, bless Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, just as you have blessed Ibrahim and the family of Ibrahim. Verily you are the praiseworthy, the glorious. So saying that this prayer include Muhammad family and every single Muslim is a lie. It is their assumption, like deceiving their own self. So for those Muslims who do not like this because it only praises certain bloodline and give it superiority over them, then they need to get out of this religion rather than try to defend it with lies. You understand? This is another version of salutation on Prophet Muhammad and his family. It is also an authentic narration. Abu Hamid al-Saidi reported, they, the companion of Holy Prophet, said, O Allah Apostle, how should we bless you? He, the Holy Prophet, observed, say, O Allah, bless Muhammad, his wives, and his offspring, as thou didst bless Ibrahim, and grant favor to Muhammad and his wife and his offspring, as thou didst grant favor to the family of Ibrahim. Thou art praiseworthy and glorious. Here this narration further very clearly explains you that the salutation and blessing in their prayer only include Muhammad himself, his wives and his progeny, and does not include rest of Muslims. If this prayer include blessing on every Muslim, I would not see it as a discrimination. Why would I do that? Now come to the second reason that makes Sayyid Sadat, according to traditional Islam, superior over rest of Muslims. That is, it is forbidden for any Muslim to give them charity because they are descendant of Muhammad and charity is considered filth of money. Being Muslim, you are not allowed to give filth of money to descendant of Prophet Muhammad. However, it is not forbidden on you to take it. They are considered higher class, so you cannot give them any charity. And also there are hadiths, that is narration, that despised those who receive charity because it implies the concept of being poor. Here are few narrations. Abdullah bin Umar reported that Allah Messenger was sitting on the pulpit and talking about Sadqa and abstention from begging. He said, the upper hand is better than the lower one. Okay, the upper being the one which bestows and the lower one which begs. Also, the second narration, and it is something like that the messenger having said that the most excellent sadaqah or the best of the sadaqah is that after giving which the giver remains rich and the upper hand is better than the lower hand and begin from the member of your household. There are many more hadith that despise those who receive any form of charity, by the way. Anyways, person who receives charities or donations does not have a same level of respect as other person in society. This is why it is forbidden for Muslims to give charity to descendant Muhammad descendants. Here is this hadith. It shows zakat charity is forbidden on Muhammad family. That include any person in today's time who claim to be Sayyid Sadat Sharif, etc. In other words, it's okay for rest of Muslim to take charity, but not for any Sayyid Sadat. In Shia, any person who is from Banu Hashim clan, give charity, giving charity to him is forbidden. Okay. Well, interesting thing is, although Muslims are not allowed to give charity to Sayyid, but they should give them certain percentage of their income, their wealth, like something they owe them. It is not charity, it is called khums, meaning fifth portion. Like it's like around 20% of someone's income. I'm not going to get into detail how it's supposed to be distributed, but just keep in mind it is around 5 to 20% of someone's income that should goes to descendant of Muhammad. Muslim believes it is also mentioned in Quran, but that is a lie. The particular verse, that certain verse does not mean what Muslims generally believing about it. Only Shia Muslims practice this nowadays. Sunnis do not practice it, but they also do not deny it. Okay, just like zakat, it is due once in a year. This khums is also like zakat, charity, due once in a year. I call it a highway robbery. Be honest with you, because you are giving someone portion of your wealth. In a sense, you owe them due to their lineage with Prophet Muhammad. Shia Muslims are big time victim of it. So basically, being descendant of Muhammad is a plus point for you in Islam. Very much plus point. Whether it is Sunni Islam or Shia Islam, these people are in control. They consider themselves a most powerful bloodline, pure bloodline in the world. This is one of the reasons Muslims are not getting along with Jews. Since most of Jews are descendant of many prophets and great messengers of God, and these people cannot digest this reality, so they spread hate about Jews. You can see why Persian and Houthis are big enemy of Jews. By the way, according to Quran, Prophet Muhammad was not forefather of anybody. This is the verse. So, so all these people who are claiming to be his descendants are lying. Okay, if we view Quranic point, look at the Quranic point. I'm talking about this the specific Prophet Muhammad that is mentioned in the Quran, not the one that is mentioned in Muslim Hadith books, because their Hadith books are not word of God. It is their self-created narrations. Since Prophet Muhammad of Quran was a very powerful leader in his time, people It is people nature to associate with such a personalities. And this verse in Quran told you about it beforehand. God warned you about it that one day many people will claim to be descendant of Prophet Muhammad so that they can gain power and wealth. It is so true, believe it or not. There are so many evidences where many people in India and Pakistan changed their lineage to Syed or Sadat during partitions, partition of India and Pakistan around 1947. During that time, some in 1900, some in 1850, and so on. So they can have a special status, and some people are still, even today, in our time, changing their, you know, bloodline, their caste, and it is same in Iran, Afghanistan, Middle East, and so on. If you take each person DNA who claim to be descendant of Muhammad, none of them match with each other. None of them. But if you match their DNA with local, you will have a guaranteed match. So basically, I'm asking those Muslims who claim that everyone is equal in Islam, then why these people are changing their lineage, their caste to Sayyids, their lineage to Sayyids, or sometimes to Hashmites or Quresh, obviously to gain a special status in society. That's the only reason, right? Moving on, the Muslim in second class are also divided into many castes, tribes, lineages. Muslims who belong from upper castes despise those who are from the middle and lower castes, and similarly middle one do the same with the lower ones. Well, Pakistan caste system is itself a huge topic. I cannot discuss it in one video. I seen it with my own eyes, and it is so unfortunate. I have no words for it. Well, many Muslims claim that these things has nothing to do with Islam. They were existed in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh before the emergence of Islam and continued even after people became Muslim. Yes, it is true. These things were there before Islam, but why they stayed there and continued even after Islam? Don't Islam supposed to be a better religion, right? In other words, nothing good happened even after people became Muslim. They continued their every ill practices. So what is the purpose of religion from God then? You understand? So why all this propaganda to accept traditional Islam in your life? What better purpose it had served so far to humanity? I don't see one. I haven't seen one. Experienced so many Muslim countries. I haven't seen one. Even to Muslim world, it haven't served anything good for past, let's say, 1,000 years. I know it's not 1,000 year old religion, but let's say I'm talking about traditional Shia Sunni Islam. I'm asking Muslims how you feel when you see a bad person is also following your religion. Don't you see there must be something wrong with it? Because why would any bad person or evildoer follow a good religion? It means there is something in it that benefited him. Okay? He can hide his true face because all you guys want to hear someone say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his last prophet. Whether he mean it or not, this is what happens when scholars create a religion. Everyone suffers, including them too. Thanks for watching.